Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Sandoval. Thank you for joining us today. I am excited to share with you some ways that you can start sleeping better and feeling better by getting restful sleep naturally. This was a giant topic this year at convention. doTERRA's been focusing a lot on this. They actually did their first clinical trial of some new products to help improve sleep, because sleep is so important. One of the things mentioned was, since the invention of the light bulb, we have not given sleep the credit it deserves. We've been trying to eliminate sleep, and sleep is, you can sleep when you're dead is a popular saying, but really sleep is equally as important to our health as diet and exercise. So we need to make sure that we're getting adequate sleep every night, and that sleep, not only the timing of it, but the quality of our sleep is as restful and rejuvenating as possible. So let's get started. So why is sleep so important? Do you know 36% of our life is actually spent sleeping? So it's more than a third of our lives is spent sleeping, and for good reason. There's so much brain processing that happens during sleep. Our body is actually recovering from the day and able to rejuvenate and recover during sleep. So sleep is really, really important to our health. Sleep disruption can cause, none of these are going to be a surprise to you. Well, some of them, but not the first few. Loss of attention, right? If you're sleepy, it's hard to focus. Mental processing failure. Think of, being in school. Wasn't it more difficult to do your work? Or even now, not in school as adults, isn't it harder to do our work when we're tired? So mental processing failure definitely kicks in. Loss of empathy, right? You're less patient. Increased impulsivity. So you might just do wacky things just because, without thinking of the consequences all the way. It suppresses our immune system when we don't get enough sleep. It can also increase our risk of infections and cancer and diabetes when we're not getting enough sleep. Lack of sleep can also cause an increase in appetite, which we see a lot. People don't sleep well and eat during the day. That's going to lead to a bunch of other problems. Proper sleep decreases our appetite. So that's a healthy habit, right? So we need to make sure we get our proper sleep. Some of the additional risks that can happen because of this is heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, cancer, stomach ulcers, even Alzheimer's disease and dementia are linked to improper sleep. 100,000 crashes in the United States are actually linked to sleepiness each year. So sleep is really important. So what are some of the typical ways that people use to cope with not being able to sleep? Number one, caffeine, right? You don't get a good night's sleep, get a big cup of joe in the morning. Coffee, sodas throughout the day, energy drinks, tea, espresso drinks. Those actually last in your system for up to 10 hours. So if you're drinking those energy drinks to get you through the afternoon, you're probably going to have a harder time going to sleep at night. Not to mention, just overall health, drinking a lot of caffeine is not great for your body. But especially when you get into energy drinks and soda, those have a whole other slew of health risks that come with them. So not good ways to cope. Alcohol is another way that people use to go to sleep, right? Just have a glass of wine at the end of the day to calm you down. Or for some people, it's a bigger problem. Some people have developed alcoholic tendencies, and that's a pattern that they have every night to go to sleep. By drinking alcohol, it suppresses your body's ability to process and rejuvenate during sleep. So those brain functions that need to happen in order to get the quality of sleep that our bodies require, they're not able to happen when you're sleeping in an alcohol-induced sleep. It also diminishes your ability to fall asleep naturally. So if this is something, if someone is drinking regularly, each night before they go to bed, the likelihood of them being able to fall asleep naturally without those drinks in the future is diminished every time. And then, of course, alcohol increases your health risks. Obviously, there's a lot of health risks linked with alcoholism. And then stimulants and sedatives. This can start a whole other pattern, right? If we're using over-the-counter drugs to help, perk us up for energy or bring us down and help us go to sleep at night, this can really form an unhealthy habit where you're depending on these drugs to get you up and put you down every day. So we want things that are not habit forming because we want natural ways to get that sleep routine. One of the interesting facts that we learned from Dr. Foster at convention was that a recent study actually found a 50% reduction in delusions by schizophrenic patients after they stabilize their sleep patterns. So I just thought that was tremendous. So people who are already having mental health issues, just by stabilizing their sleep, no drugs or anything, just by stabilizing their sleep patterns, they were actually able to improve their mental health, give them that huge 50% reduction in their delusions. You gotta make sleep a priority. So like I said, it's as important. Well, actually, Dr. Robert Schreiner said, good sleep is as necessary as exercise and nutrition for good health. It's the trifecta, right? You have to eat right, exercise, and get good sleep so that your body can recover. We have to give it the credit it deserves. So please make sleep a priority. And then there's some natural ways to improve sleep. So exercise can help you sleep better. So just even if you can only do 10 to 20 minutes a day of rigorous exercise, you're going to feel so much better. Get up and go for a walk in the morning, or during your lunch break, go take a walk around the block or stop by the gym. Regular exercise is going to help put your body into a healthier mode. Nutritional support. By taking your multivitamins every day, or I put the daily nutrient pack. That's from doTERRA. It's the Microplex, DMZ, and the Exi Omega. That's your whole food nutrient complex and your omega complex. At a bare minimum, you need those every day, just to make sure that your body is getting the nutrients it requires. The Lifelong Vitality Pack also includes those two, plus the Alpha CRS, which is the Cellular Vitality Complex, which we found to give us so much extra focus and energy and emotional stability throughout the day. So make sure you're taking those supplements, either the daily nutrient pack or the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Make sure your body's getting that nutritional support. And then stress management every day. If you're super stressed out, if you're dealing with a lot of emotional issues, it's going to be harder to get the sleep that you need. So use the mood management oils, use the emotional essential oils. And I just did a class on that a few days ago, actually earlier this week. So feel free to link on that on the YouTube channel or on the Facebook page, Emotional Health with Essential Oils. That'll take you through the Citrus Bliss, Elevation, Serenity, Balance, and then the emotional oils, the Forgive, Console, Peace, Motivate, Passion, Cheer, all of those really good oils. So using those is definitely going to help you, and some of those are great at night too. Sorry, I don't have pictures here for you, but Forgive is actually one that one of my friends mentioned. She loves to use at night, and I think that's a great idea. If you've had a stressful day, use that Forgive essential oil to let go of all of that, release any of the anger and negative feelings that might be tied with that day, and you can use Forgive to feel more rested and less stressed when you go to sleep. Peace is another good one from the emotional line. Peace, that's not a mystery. That oil promotes feelings of peace and comfort, and that's a great blend. It has vetiver in it. It has lavender in it. It has ylang ylang, frankincense, berry sage. That was a really great blend too. We love peace. So managing your stress, absolutely. And using essential oils throughout every day can help you do that tremendously. And then sleep hygiene, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Making sure that you have a good sleep hygiene, a good routine to help make your sleep a priority. So what is sleep hygiene? Basically, it's your routine. It's honoring your sleep time. So firstly, remove distractions from the room. So, don't have your cell phone next to your bed. That's always a distraction. That's a big one right now. And looking, I don't know if you know this, but looking at the screen of your cell phone right before you go to bed actually keeps your brain up because you're looking at such a bright screen. So remove any distractions that you have. Keep the room dark, cool, and quiet. Get yourself some nice, comfortable bedding if you don't already have it. You can do like a linen spray also with lavender or other essential oils. Make that bedding really nice and comfortable. Consistent timing. If you can establish a consistent bedtime, that's going to help your body to set its own rhythm. That's going to help a lot. Then don't lay in bed frustrated. So if you've gone to bed and you're laying there tossing and turning, get out of bed. Start over, right? Don't turn on all the lights and or turn on your computer or start looking at your cell phone or anything like that. But go into another space, keep the lights low, and do something relaxing. So maybe meditate or journal or whatever you do that is not really stimulating but can help you relax a little bit. And then you can go back to sleep. Try again when you get sleepy, but don't lay in bed frustrated because that's just going to cause unhealthy habits to form for your sleep. Create a relaxing routine, which of course that can be done very easily with essential oils that we'll talk about later. But put on that lavender lotion, set up the diffuser, say prayers with your essential oils, with your frankincense or your console or forgive or peace. Create your own relaxing routine. And a lot of that, also, I don't have pictures here, I'm sorry. But, if you're someone who showers and everything before you go to bed, I highly suggest any of the doTERRA spa products. Those are brand new. They're so, so nice. So treat yourself to some of those products before you're going to bed. And then you're getting the essential oil benefits while you're in the shower. And then dim your lighting in your environment at least 30 minutes before you go to bed. Just turn everything down, set the mood for sleep. Eat regular meals throughout the day and avoid eating right before bedtime. That's one we have to work on. For me, that's a hard one. We definitely eat before bed. And then avoid caffeine in the afternoons and evenings. Remember, it stays in your system for 10 hours. So if you have that latte at 3 in the afternoon, then it's going to be with you until 1 in the morning. And it's going to be hard to go to sleep at 10 or 11 at night if you're still having that caffeine in your system. Avoid exercising within 3 to 4 hours of bedtime. So if you're someone who goes to the gym right after work, or you go on a walk or a run after dinner or whatever, just take that into account, that really it's going to be 3 or 4 hours before you go to bed, or before it's easier for you to go to bed. And avoid stressful situations as much as possible, right? We can't control everything, but avoid those stressful situations in your life as much as possible, and certainly before bed. That's not the time to, be hashing out issues with friends or dealing with work things, or even if you've had a stressful day at work, maybe talking about it right before bed isn't the best time. But you can use the essential oils to help you with those, because we can't control life. Go back to those mood management oils, go back to those emotional essential oils to help you not take on so much of the impact of those stressful situations. And then lastly, this one makes me kind of sad because I do love my naps, but I'm also very, very pregnant. So I feel like that's a good excuse. But in general, adults should really avoid naps. Less than 20 minutes occasionally is okay. But other than that, it will it will disturb your sleep cycle. So power naps, even I mean, less than 20 minutes doesn't sound very satisfying for those of us who like naps, but really, years ago when I was in college and I wasn't getting the sleep I needed because I was working 4 jobs and I was in school, I would really, like, in between classes, just go out to my car, set my alarm for 15 minutes and take a 15-minute nap because I thought I was going to fall asleep in class. And it's amazing what that could do. It doesn't, you know, when you wake up, and you may not have even gone into a full sleep, but when you wake up, it's, you know, you feel a little bit groggy for a second, but then the energy really comes back. So taking a less than 20-minute nap, a power nap, can really help you a lot if you're feeling that lull in the day, if you need to do that. So essential oil number 1 for sleep, not even a surprise, right? Lavender. Lavender is something that most people know is like the sleepy oil. I mentioned earlier, you can make a linen spray. You can put some in your body lotion. Of course, you can put it in your diffuser. We run a diffuser every night in my son's room, in our room. We're running them during the day in the house. A diffuser, if you're not familiar with them, takes a very small amount of water and 5 to 10 drops of essential oil, and you just put the drops in there, and what it does is it sends little tiny sonic vibrations through the water that allows it to vaporize and break down the molecules of that essential oil into really, really, really small parts that are very easily absorbed by the body. So it's a really great way to get the benefits of the essential oils in a passive manner. So you're not necessarily putting them onto your skin or ingesting them. They're just happening around you aromatically. So that's a great way to get better sleep, is by running a diffuser in your room or your children's room. Here are a few other oils that we like to combine with lavender. They can be good individually, maybe not the wild orange, not for sleep, but we really like to combine these with lavender, or you can combine them all 4 of them together with lavender to make your own blend. So here's just a few of them. There are, of course, more oils. If you're just getting interested in essential oils, you will quickly learn that there's multiple oils for everything. So it's really about finding out what works best for you and honoring that and trying new things all the time, because we have definitely found that as we use essential oils, we kind of go through phases where certain things are more appealing to us than others, and certain things are working better for us than others. So it's all a process, and just, you know, it's part of the journey. So we like using wild orange with lavender. That promotes more of like a happy sleep. It's really, really nice in the diffuser. We love that. Cedarwood on the right, that's a really grounding one. So cedarwood and lavender can be really calming. We have that in a nighttime rub that we use. So we just take organic virgin coconut oil and put it and have the lavender and the cedarwood in that, because it's also really great for the skin. So that's a great nighttime rub down. We do that on my son every night, and I do it on me too. Frankincense is, if you don't know this, frankincense acts as an amplifier. It amplifies the effects of any other essential oil. So you can layer it on the body. You can put on lavender, wait a minute, and then put on that frankincense, and it's going to intensify the effects of the lavender. You can also diffuse them together, but it's going to help you have more peaceful dreams. And again, it's going to increase the effectiveness of that lavender. Frankincense also helps with cell rejuvenation. So that's another great one to do at night before you are going to bed and your body's about to start that recovery process. You can give it a little bit of frankincense to help that process be more effective. Again, when we're using essential oils, if you're putting them in the diffuser, if you're doing that in a child's room, like right next to their bed, then I recommend 5 or 6 drops. If you're doing it in a larger space, then you can do up to 10 drops for children or adults. But you really don't need more than that. You really don't need more than that. So 5 to 10 drops is all you need. Use less if it's in a child's room right next to them. Use more in a bigger space or for adults. The last oil on this screen is vetiver. I love vetiver. It's a beautiful, rich, earthy smell, and it's really, really thick. It's the thickest oil that I've ever used. Other essential oils, when you tip the bottle to pour them out, you'll get a few drops right away. Vetiver, you might have to wait like 20, 30 seconds for that first drop to come out. It's very thick, and what I like about that for sleep is that you can take one drop of vetiver and put it behind the ears on the back of your neck, and it's going to calm down a busy mind. So I tend to be one of those people who will lay in bed. Not so much now since I started much more of the Serenity things, which we'll talk about, but in general, I tended to be one of those people who would lay in bed with my head just, running, all these ideas still. So putting that drop of vetiver behind the ears and the neck is going to help turn off your brain, right? It's going to help calm it down, stop all those crazy thoughts, that running mind, and calm it down. It also helps with sleep longevity. I love that too because it's so thick. So that one drop of vetiver feels like a lot behind the ears, but you're going to be able to, it's going to last with you all night, and it's going to, you're still probably going to smell it a little bit in the morning when you wake up. But it's a great one for kids too. If you have really active, energetic kids, vetiver is very, very helpful for them, especially any kids who are dealing with attention issues. Vetiver can help a lot with that because it still does the calming of the mind during the day too. So that's another note. So Serenity is one of the most popular essential oils that doTERRA has ever made. And this year, they changed it. So Serenity includes lavender, chamomile, vetiver. I'm sorry, before it was like lavender and chamomile, had some vanilla in it, and I used to call it vanilla cupcake because it was just such a sweet vanilla smell. And it was a calming blend. So now you'll see here that this is Serenity Restful Blend. They have added in vetiver, hellwood, and cedarwood to add that extra grounding element to it and help with sleep more definitively with sleep. It still has that sweetness in it because it has the vanilla, but the new Serenity is, we love it. We've gone through more than half a bottle in less than a month. So yeah, we love the new Serenity. So this is another one. You can include it in your lotion or a rub at nighttime. It's fantastic to be diffused. We've been diffusing it every night, and we love that. The Serenity, it just helps to create that serene environment, right? It helps calm the mind, relax the body, and help us get a more restful sleep. So step one of the new Serenity, sleep process that doTERRA has really put together is this Serenity Restful Blend essential oil. Diffusing that or putting that on your body before you go to sleep. Step two of this new process is the Serenity Restful Complex. This is a new supplement that's actually taken internally. It includes passion flower, German chamomile, lemon balm, and lavender essential oil. So if you're someone who has started with herbs before, I know I started with herbs before I started with essential oils. Lemon balm and chamomile were already common to me. I think a lot of people have heard of chamomile tea before you go to bed, right? It's a sleepy time. But lemon balm is also really relaxing. If you do the essential oil of lemon balm, it's Melissa, so that may be familiar to some people. And passion flower also has a lot of sleep benefits to it. So it has those 3 herbal components to the complex, plus the lavender essential oil, which has been shown when you're taking it internally can also help to relax the mind and body and get you a better night's sleep. So you take 2 of these soft gels 30 minutes before you go to bed. Turn on that diffuser with your Serenity complex. With your Serenity Restful Blend. We'll put that on your body. You're going to get a much better night's sleep. One of my friends, Leota, she says she has just like transformed her sleep life. She never used to sleep through the night. She was always tossing and turning. She'd get up and do things. And since she started using the essential oils regularly to help her with sleep, and I believe she uses frankincense and lavender most of the time, but since she started using those, she sleeps through the night every night. And it's just totally changed her, getting that extra sleep. But she looks fantastic. You can see it in her. She's just changed so much. So getting sleep, honor that time. You deserve it. You are worth a good night of sleep. And these are some tools to help you do that. The great thing about using these tools is that they're not habit forming at all. You're not going to develop a dependency. You might develop an emotional attachment, but you're not going to develop any kind of physical dependency to these. The Serenity Restful Complex was part of doTERRA's first clinical trial. And what they found in that trial is that it worked equally as well on men and women. And that those people who came into the trial with not that many sleep issues, who really weren't that worried about their sleep, that they still saw benefits in their sleep. Those people who came into the study who did have sleep issues, who really needed relief, they found it to be even more beneficial. Their results show that they got the most improvement from using the Serenity Complex and the Serenity Restful blend at night. And they saw the greatest improvement in their sleep patterns. People are able to fall asleep faster. They wake up easier. It's shorter for them to wake up in the mornings. I know that was something that my husband, he took some. Here we live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which has the International Balloon Fiesta, which was just last week. If you haven't been, come visit Albuquerque. It's an amazing event. You just have to get up very, very early. Kind of have to be on the road by 4 a.m. to get to that event on time. And we decided last minute the night before that we were going to go the next day. So he took 2 of the Serenity Complex, and he was fine in the morning. We only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep because we went to bed so late that night before we had been out. But he woke up and he was like, I feel great. Like, I feel like I got a full 8 hours of sleep, and went to the balloon fiesta. He did stuff all day. So it really helps you to feel better when you wake up too, because you're getting a more restful sleep. So yeah, you can also, just so you know, if you are a doTERRA member already, anyone can get it, but doTERRA members, of course, you're going to get your wholesale discount. You can get the Serenity Restful Complex and the Serenity Restful Blend together if you order them as a pack for $45. So it's called the Serenity Kit, and if you order it like that, it's going to save you about $5 instead of ordering them individually. So I definitely recommend that. All right, everyone. Well, thank you. That was a quick call on how to get more restful sleep naturally. Please follow me. Please like our page, Essential Oils, Live Well, Live Free on Facebook. Always putting tips up on there. You'll get links to all the latest classes, online and live classes, and you'll get access to all the recipes and tips and postings that we do every day. You can also contact me directly there. And YouTube, I have my own channel, Jennifer Sandoval. Look me up on there, and you can see all the videos. I do some quick 1 minute 5 tips on certain essential oils. And recordings like this are also posted there if you're not able to catch them live. And you can always email me directly at jsandoval7613@gmail.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And remember, you are worth it. You are worth a good night's sleep. You are worth taking care of yourself emotionally and physically and being the best version of you. Because as soon as you are the best version of you, not even as soon as you're the best version, but once you're on the path of creating a better you, you are going to light up the world. You are going to help so many people see what's possible. And together, all of us are going to be able to create a better world for future generations just by improving ourselves. It is something that is going to pass by osmosis. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm so grateful that I got to share this information with you. And I hope that you contact me if you haven't started with essential oils yet, or whoever guided you to this class. Please contact them and get started so that we can help you on this journey. And I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.